Yeah, what's going on? It's your boy Jahlil Beats, repping Chester, PA, outside of Philly. Holla at me. Yes, it was unreal, like winning the Grammy, because I make music for the streets. You know what I mean? So most of my records aren't intended to win any awards or hit the Billboard. So when I was nominated, Anderson .Paak reached out to me while I was in Miami, and he was like, he had texted me and said, "What are we wearing to the Grammys?" You know, I was just happy with just being nominated. So by the time the Grammys came, once I found out I won, I was actually on my way to the Grammys, and we were late, and then I seen it on Twitter. Everybody were like congratulating me. My label, Rock Nation, Warner Chappell was congratulating me, and I was like, holy shit, I won a Grammy. But it was amazing, amazing feeling. Yeah, so my favorite one is Meek Mill's I'm a Boss, because that was my breakthrough record. That was in 2010 when we created that. I actually was working on helping him whip the hook. I didn't write or anything, but we were just like bouncing ideas. And I told him, I said, we should get Rick Ross on this record. And he sent it to Rick Ross, and Rick Ross sent it like 2 days later. And I vividly remember like thinking like this record is gonna be huge. And then when he put it out, led me to my first record deal. And you know, it was just probably the biggest rap record that year. It was big locally, and then Rick Ross signed Meek Mill. It got big nationally. Surprisingly, he's one of those artists where he kind of let me create. I've created so many sounds with Meek. Like when we first started, it was like a lot of party records, like underground party records. Then we transitioned from the trap, like the New York drill sound that we created, then just different type of sounds, like records we did with Drake, like Amen, and then like Young and Getting It, like different like melodic traps and stuff like that. So he pretty much trusts me, so he might be working on a record and I'll come in later, and then I might change the whole record around. But he trusts me enough to kind of create, and then he's one of those artists where I can come in and kind of create from scratch, and he kind of gives me ideas like, all right, I need this arranged this way, I need the drums hitting this way, and I need this type of feel. So it's always great. That's probably my favorite collaborator. I would say Bobby Shmurda, Hot Boy. That song changed my life. Yeah, because I was pretty much born into it. My dad was a music producer, and he was a recording engineer, so he was certified the year I was born in 1988. I was pretty much born into it, and then my family members made music. My cousin, he produced. He actually introduced me to FL Studio along with my dad, and he was pretty much like a mentor. And it's like I was about 10 years old. And then my brothers was like really into like reading the credits on the album, so they would buy a CD and read the credits so they would know about the producers. And their favorite producers were Swizz Beatz and like Manny Fresh and Timbaland and Neptunes, Dr. Dre. So I pretty much was around that and wanted to make music. I wanted to rap. I started off rapping at first, and then I started making beats to kind of like rap on them. You can find some of my rap records on the internet. Really? Yeah. It's a little girl, and it's actually one of my close friends. It's her daughter. Yeah, I did that because when I was coming up in the underground, people wasn't shouting me out, so nobody knew who did the beat. So I created the tag so people would know exactly who it is. And it sounds like Jungle Beats. Yeah, so it's crazy how that record came about. I discovered the song late. It was actually a record that I did with this artist named Lloyd Banks that was signed with 50 Cent and G on it. We did a record called Jackpot, and he didn't do anything with the record. He didn't like put it on any like DSPs or anything like that. I pretty much just took the beat and put it on an instrumental mixtape. And Bobby Shmurda and his friend Rowdy Rebel, they were like big fans of the sound that me and Meek was doing in Philly. They would do like a lot of records based off of that, and that's how that record came about. They downloaded my instrumental mixtape. We wasn't even in the studio, so he recorded the record, and it got big on this social media platform called Vine. He did the video where he threw the hat in the air and it never came back down. It was like viral all over the internet. And the basketball player Kevin Durant tweeted me, and he said, "Yo, you know about this record? This record is hot." And then my little brother sent me an article from Complex Magazine, and it was like, "This is New York's answer to Chicago drill music." And that was kind of like the birth of New York drill. I think now more so it's just it's oversaturation of a lot of producers. So I think in order for producers to really get out there, they have to attach themselves to a new artist that's coming up. And that was how I was able to kind of recreate myself in different eras, like in the early 2000s, the late 2000s, early 2010s, I was with Meek Mill, and then I was able to work with Rowdy and Bobby to do their singles, and then I was able to help break Anderson .Paak in the late 2020s. So, get connected with an artist. I did the same thing with Chris Brown when he was going through his situation. We ended up doing Fan of a Fan with Tyga, and that was kind of like his reintroduction back into the game, so. Yeah, I like to work home, and I like to work with headphones. I don't like to work with the speakers. Because I hear everything clearly in detail. So I like to use my laptop. As you see, I have like to downsize and make it easier to travel. But I like to use my laptop, FL Studio, and my headphones pretty much. I did one time. I was fresh out of college. I had to leave college because I ran out of financial aid. So when I came back, I was staying with my mom for a few months. And I remember telling my cousin, like, if this don't work out, then I'm just gonna go to Target or Walmart and do overnight stock. And then that summer, I ended up connecting with Meek Mill, and then the rest is history. But I did have, I told him that, but in my mind, I knew that I couldn't leave music alone. It's just embedded in me. Yeah, remember we were asking him who that was. Yeah, Tory, yeah. He was fire, yeah. I always say stay different, stay unique, try not to follow the trends. And if you are, you're gonna be inspired by different sounds and things like that, but take from it and add it to your own, because we can't recreate somebody else's beat. Stay original and have patience, because persistence, if you keep on doing something, the opportunity is gonna present itself, and you just gotta be ready for it. So stay consistent and stay ready and driven. My glasses, I can't see.